In this video, we're gonna perform a quick fingerprint sensor speed test in order to see how fast the fingerprint sensor reacts and how long does it take to unlock the phone. So first we're gonna start with the lock screen. Of course, over here we have our fingerprint sensor. So I'm just gonna touch with my finger. Let's give it another try. There we go. Let's do this a couple of times. And the speed of the sensor seems to be quite normal, nothing unusual. However, you may notice that there seems to be lack of animation. It just jumps from the lock screen immediately to the home screen in this case. I'm not sure if that is because the whole Realme UI is missing this feature, this animation, or whether it is an issue with this phone or perhaps a feature. But as you can see, this animation is definitely lacking. Now I'm gonna just tap on the sensor in order to see if we can unlock it, but as you can see, we have this information that we need to keep our finger on the sensor. So it has to be like a quick touch. It cannot be a tap, but we have to hold it for like a fraction of a second. There we go. Now I'm gonna also check the always on the display, if it's any faster. As you can see, the animation is still missing. And it seems that maybe we have to hold our finger for a little bit longer than compared to the lock screen, but it is nothing unusual really. This is how it works on most smartphones actually. But it is still pretty much the same speed. So maybe there is a tiny difference between always on display and the lock screen. I'm gonna also disable always on display in order to see how it works without AOD. Alright, so let's lock the phone. Of course, over here is the sensor. It is still being visible after a short while, or for a short while after we turn off the screen. But it seems to be pretty much the same speed as with always on a display. So let me just wait a couple of seconds again to make the sensor disappear. So if the sensor disappears actually from this screen, I feel like it might be even just a tiny bit slower compared to the AOD. Yeah, because it needs a bit more time in order to show the sensor. Yeah, definitely we need to wait for a little bit longer in order to unlock our phone. But it still works just fine. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.